how do you cope with grief that comes up with sudden death, when there's a lot of numbness, denial, and guilt, and what I could have done better?
That's so painful, all the what ifs. So sudden death is like normal grief with the volume turned up. So all the feelings that we all have around grief of anger, despair, numbness, sadness, confusion, feel like you've been thrown onto this alien planet, is amplified, is much stronger. So the whole experience of grief is more intense. And you can get into this heightened state, so this vigilant, hypervigilant state, because you're shocked. And then when you are very heightened, it's very hard to process information. And we can then tell ourselves a story that isn't the true story, that it's my fault. Why didn't I? Why couldn't I? And you can get very locked and ruminating. And one of the things that can really help with that, as unglamorous as it sounds, is exercise. Because if you take exercise, if you get your heart rate moving, whether it's walking fast, running, cycling, skipping, kickboxing, whatever you do, it tells your body you've flown, it drops the cortisol levels in your body, and you feel calmer. If you follow it by even a 5-minute breathing exercise that's on the app, a kind of meditation or anything that calms your body, then you have much more emotional and psychological bandwidth to deal with your emotions, because you're not in a heightened shock state. So it's a physical thing to do, then a breathing thing to do, because then you feel safe, and then you can begin to deal with your grief. I hope that makes sense.
This might be a similar response to this question, but I can really appreciate this. But how do you deal with the fear of admitting the pain of the loss?
It's really interesting, isn't it? Fear is like anticipation of feeling pain. So that's exactly like, I'm going to get hurt. And I think one of the ways I think of it is if you look at the pain and you kind of see it out there, one of the things I do with clients is give yourself, again, this time structure, like think about one tiny aspect of it. So, and give yourself a time frame, and talk to a friend or journal it in the app, I would, about what it is about that particular thing. So we have a section in the app that's about dealing with the pain, and you could journal facing the pain. And for 5 minutes, let yourself do that. Write it down, talk into your phone, express it, and then do something that intentionally is distracting. Go and see a friend, turn on the telly, make yourself some supper, have a hot bath. So you switch from that 5 minutes to doing other things. And then over time, your body and your mind learn that the pain doesn't kill you, that your body can metabolize it, that you can feel it. And also you have some agency over it, that you can allow yourself to feel it for just a few minutes. And that, we're habit forming, meaning making beings. And when we let our body develop these new habits, they become part of us very quickly. And I think that is one of the things with the app, is that you only need to do it, say 5 minutes, or we suggest 15 minutes, but you only need to do it 5 minutes a day. So if you chose a time of day that was a good time of day to do it, you could use the app to support you for 5 minutes and then do the things from the tools to soothe you. And that might be a really effective way to manage that.